FSX. I'm going to show you how to set up the 757 flight management computer this morning. Basically, we're in the Quality Wings model, and it's very similar FMC to the Captain Sim and all the other paywares that are out there for the 757. So, first of all, the FMC loads up with the ident page. Now on this page, everything is filled in and you don't need to touch anything. So you can go straight to the bottom right where it says post initial. You then want to look at this page. It says Echo Golf Golf Delta, and it's got the directions of where you are at the moment and the time roughly. Okay, so Echo Golf Golf Delta's Bristol, and that's fine. We don't need to put anything else on this page either. So then you go to the route button again in the bottom right. Now our origin is, as said on the last page, Echo Golf Golf Delta, and the flight's going to Manchester today, which is Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Runway we're going to use at Bristol for departure, where we are currently, is 27. Co-route, this is a button you can use if you've done a route before and you've saved it, so you can just load all the route back into the flight management computer automatically. But I don't have a route unfortunately, so I'm going to do it the long way around just to show you guys. So this is the route page, and origin again where we are currently, which is Echo Golf Golf Delta Bristol, and destination where we're going, Manchester, Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Bottom right hand button again, you'll come to the perf initial page, and it'll say gross weight, and that's 171.9, and it'll ask for fuel. It's got 3 boxes and it'll ask for reserves. Now for the fuel, I can put the fuel in and it'll fill that in for me. So if I go to aircraft, fuel and payload, change fuel, I'm just going to add in a nice amount of fuel. Let's add in 50% just in case anything drastically goes wrong along the way. And as you can see, 14.4 fuel, and now it just leaves reserves empty. Normally you'd have about 2 to 5 reserves in the 757. I'm going to put in 2 because I've already put a massive amount of fuel in. Cruise altitude is going to be along the route flight level 180 as it's even going north, so that's 18,000 feet. Cost index, that can vary due to the range of your flight. If you're doing a long haul flight, you can put that anywhere between 50, 90, something like that, 50 to 100, but it's up to you. For this flight, because it's short, I'm doing 100. We then go to the bottom right again, because that's the perf initial page in, all the fuel information, cruise altitude. Go to the takeoff page, bottom right hand button again, and it'll say 15 degrees worth of flaps. V1 will be at 125 knots. Rotate will be at 132 knots, and V2 will be at 140 knots, and our gross weight is 186.4. So that now is completely filled in that area. So you're probably thinking at this point, where do I put my route? If you go into the scratchpad area here, you'll see there's a button called legs. If you click on that, it'll bring up RTE legs, route legs. Now this is basically your waypoints that you'll go to along the route. So my first waypoint today is Brecon, and my second waypoint will go underneath the first waypoint, and we keep going along the left hand side here until we have all of our waypoints for the flights filled in, which isn't too difficult at all, and it makes it rather simple for you to find everything. Next waypoint's Niton, and Octem. Okay, when that page is full, don't give up. You just simply click on the next page button on the scratchpad here, and it'll bring you a new page, so you can continue putting your route in. And our next waypoint is Monty. Always click on the top ones unless you check down the list and you see that maybe it's the second one in line, but it is the top one most of the time. And then that is it. So then what we do is we see the activate button, we just go back, check our waypoints are still there. Brecon, Dicas, Talga, Niton, Octem, Monty. Fantastic. They're all there in the flight management route page legs. Okay. We then click on the activate button again on the bottom right. You'll then see the EXEC, which is the execute button, light up. Press that in. It will no longer be lit. And if I change my screen down here, you'll be able to see that the route you've just filled in is in there. Okay, so that's the main basics of setting up the whole route. Now if you want to be able to put in a departure, a SID or a star, keep watching, because this is where we do that, and it's very simple. We simply go again to the scratchpad options, and there's one that says DEP ARR, which is departure arrive page. Click on this, it'll bring up the departure arrive page index. We're departing Bristol on 27, and we're routing via Brecon, which is the Brecon 1 X-ray departure SID. And it's automatically said it's going to be runway 27, and as you can see there's another line that's just come up on my screen there, and that is the SID that we follow for the departure. If we then go along the route, let's say we're flying along and we want to put in our arrival for Manchester, which is the Mersey 1 Alpha, we go to again the departure arrive page. I'll do that again, Manchester ARR, and it's the button just next to that. Click on that and it brings up the arrivals. And again you can click next page, previous page to flick between the different arrivals. We're on the Mersey 1 Alpha, so we click on that one next to it, which highlights that we're in the Mersey 1 Alpha, and it'll be for ILS 23 right. We can again select the different ILS options over our DMEs by using the previous and next pages buttons. And we're going to be using the transition over Mersey. And you don't need to press execute for any of these things either. When you're putting in the standard instrument departure and you're putting in the standard arrival routing, you don't need to press any execute buttons when you do it. You just simply close the FMC off like so and open it like so. And then you can simply click, once you've done that, you can click back between legs pages to see if you want to edit anything or anything like that. So that is pretty much everything how to set up the FMS. I hope you find that helpful to yourselves, and thanks for watching. I'll see you again sometime in the new video.